Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti from anthonymorganti.com, and this is episode 147 of Photo Critiques. And in this episode, I'm pleased to critique the work of Dan Costin. Costin? Something like that. I'm close, I think, Dan. I know I got Dan right. Dan sent me some nice images, and this first one is really nice black and white. Very busy scene, but Dan did a nice job of, hiding the uninteresting sky with this overhanging tree, and we have some really neat reflections of the bridge in the water. It's really a cool shot. It is busy though, so it's not for everyone's taste because not a lot of people like a real busy scene. But Dan did a nice job of photographing the bridge and showing off the reflections the best he could with the circumstances because the scene is so busy. I would like to see some different shots from different angles. It seems like that this water was really great for reflections. So I don't know if you have more shots of the scene, work the scene from different angles, different focal lengths. Maybe get a little closer and try to get rid of this brush that's down here coming up into the reflections, because this tree is mainly just blocking the sky. But if we could get more of the water with the reflection, that would help the shot a lot. This is a nice shot. This If you really want to look at the scene, it's kind of uninteresting in that there's got these power lines, these unattractive buildings over here. We have this silhouetted hill with brush over here. So it's not really that attractive, and there's really not a strong subject in the shot. But we have color, and I've mentioned many times in these critiques, usually you want a strong subject in your shot, but you don't always need one. You could show off color. You could show off texture. You could show off geometry, different types of, size squares and circles and things like that. And in this case, we're showing off color. It's just a very unusual color, this glow, like a sunset glow almost, and this kind of smoke. I don't know if it's dust from a dirt road or if it's fog or whatever, but it's a really nice composition. It's well done. It is very noisy. You could see a lot of noise, especially through these power lines. See how the power lines are all broke up from the noise? So it is very noisy. That kind of adds to the effect of the mist, kind of makes it a little more blurry, but something you might want to try to control in other shots where you don't want that noise to be a factor. It's a really nice shot. I like it a lot. I like the next one better though. This one's in color. It's the very same shot in color, and I really like it. We have this, very shifted towards blue sky and water, but then we have this warm streak coming through right here, and I think it really adds to the shot. I also like what Dan did is he doesn't have the horizon right in the middle. He put it down and has more of the sky showing. And we have some interesting clouds with interesting lines of the clouds. So it's a really nice composition. We do have some of this bleed effect from the processing. See how this tree is kind of bleeding up, kind of this gray up into the blue, and that's from the processing. You could even see this little white ring. I hope you could see it in the video. This very small white kind of glow that is coming off these buildings, or those trees I should say. Now you really can't see them when you're zoomed out, but if you're zoomed in, they're very noticeable. If you get this printed on 20 by 24, something really relatively large, you'll notice that. So be wary of that. Look for that. You might want to turn down your clarity and some of the toggles in your if you're using Lightroom, generally clarity and contrast, and you'll get those. If you have that bleed, that glow, you'll get that if you have clarity and contrast too high. Easy for me to say, I'm sorry, but you get the idea. And I don't think it's in this one. Is a little bit of that white glow here and that kind of bleed there. So you generally try to avoid that by dialing back that clarity and contrast just a little bit. It's a nice shot too, kind of an interesting building, but it's not a super interesting scene. It has an interesting building, but Dan did a nice job of pointing his camera up and cutting off most of the land. So we have this building not bullseyed in the middle. It's off to the side, If you're using the rule of thirds, it's in one of the intersection points of the rule of thirds. So he made the best of a scene that, isn't super compelling, but he did a real nice job. And this is a really nice shot. This is a very nice focus. I'm really zoomed in. Let me go to more typical. Bear with me 1 second here. Go to 1:1. As you can see, the focus is very nice, very well done on the eyes, and it's a real nice image. We have all this negative space here, and it's a real nice composition. It's a really well done. And this shot here, I consider this a fine art shot. It's, this light fixture in the shadows, and it's not really of, a definitive subject that we all know or anything. It's just like literally a fine art shot. And it's really not, I don't believe in critiquing fine art shots because it's really in the eye of the photographer. So that's it for Dan. Thank you very much for sharing your work with us. I really do appreciate it. And I'd like to thank everyone that watches all my videos. I really do appreciate it. If you have time, go over to anthonymorganti.com. I got all kinds of photography stuff over there. And if you go to YouTube, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's it for now. I'll talk to you guys soon.